YouTube, what is going on? It's your favorite Misfit FM. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we hop into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Check out the links in the description. I am doing daily posting on TikTok, Instagram, and also here on YouTube with daily shorts. So make sure you're subscribed in and tuned in so you know when we are posting, even when we're doing long form videos as well. Today, we are going deep into predictions with Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 25. Obviously, there has been official sneak peeks already out and also just leaks coming out of the chapter itself, but I'm only going to be focusing on just non-spoilers predictions because I don't want to spoil anyone. And again, I always try to do that because I understand some people want spoilers, some people don't. I always try to do the one where they don't want the spoilers at all. So these are non-spoiler predictions. Don't worry, I'm not going to tease anything or anything of the mist that I'm aware of when it comes to the leaks. If I do, I was not aware of any of the leaks. I know a few things, but I'm not like super, like I know what happens in the majority of the chapter. Like I've seen images, but I'm not enough to be like, okay, this is going to happen specifically in the chapter. Like I've seen something, but not enough. And yes, if you're wondering what's on my glasses, that's a result of me accidentally stepping on them, and it is what it is. I'm looking for new ones at the moment. We'll see when they come in or whenever I figure that out, but we'll cross that road when we get there. But prediction time, let's start with my first one, kind of a faded one, but I wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Boruto gets cleared of his rogue charges. Again, the key thing as to how he gets cleared is, again, they have to prove that Boruto did not kill Naruto and Hinata, which obviously he did, and we obviously as fans we know that Kaoki puts him in the pocket dimension, but he's still blamed for killing them. What if Kaoki comes to his defense, or a group of shinobi feels like he can be a valuable asset, so he's better off being an asset versus being considered a rogue? Because also he helped them get secured 2 little of those little soul blurbs that allows them now to go restore Mogi and also Shinki, so that then Shinki can then release Gaara, then also save the Kazekage, who hopefully Gaara is not dead. Because if they open that and Gaara's dead, that would be so messed up. But I think Gaara was just like hanging on to life right now. Hopefully he's fine. But hey, he helped save a Kazekage and also save a shinobi. I think that deserves some merits there, in my opinion. But we'll see. Because again, the elders don't have a high opinion on Boruto. They clearly want him dead. Biggest guy on top of that, because you got the Hokage, you got the elders who are kind of helping the Hokage, but they're kind of higher up when you really think about it in terms of their power, because of how they're old they am and their prestige and what they've contributed to the village over the years. But then you also got the Daimyo, who's also in league with the elders, like, hey, if you don't do something, because again, going forward, way back, I think to chapter 5 or 6 of 2 Blue Vortex, where we had the conversation with Shikamaru, seeing him talk to the elders, seeing him talking to Daimyo. They weren't really pleased with how things were going, so we could see them come back into fold and do something to kind of affect that kind of connection that Boruto is trying to establish again with the Hindley village through Shikamaru and others. Will he eventually get cleared? I would hope so, because there's got to be a way he gets cleared, or maybe omnipotence gets reversed. I don't know. I just think that there's no way this lingers, but who knows? He could go down a similar route to what obviously his master Sasuke went through, but that's kind of something we're gonna have to keep in mind going forward. My second prediction is something I've already said before. Again, Momoshiki appearance. I know a lot of people want to see it. Let's give him an appearance. Give him a tease at the end of the chapter if you really want to go there. That's kind of how I would see it, because I don't see him getting any dialogue. If he does get any dialogue, that's great, but maybe a Momoshiki appearance here and there, it might just help appease the fans who really want to see him. I know a lot of people have been begging to see what's going on with Momoshiki. Is he okay? What's his status? Like, is he still trying to like take over Boruto's body? Like, what's the end game here? Is he just now a wanderer watching? Has he a year of reflection to kind of look at Boruto's life and be like, okay, maybe I don't want to do this anymore? But again, Momoshiki is Momoshiki. I don't think that guy is going to ever switch up. I think he's a very patient man when it comes down to it, but obviously there's been times where we've seen him not being patient. But in this situation, I think he needs to be patient and wait his turn for a time where he can really take over and do his thing. But seeing how Boruto handled himself during that fight with Kaoki, specifically when Boruto was allowing Kaoki to fight Jorah, and then Boruto's just trying to calm himself down, keep his Arma from going out of control, that was interesting to see, because I think a lot of us assumed that what was going to happen is that goes out of control, and then, you know, we see Momoshiki again to some capacity, but it didn't. So something tells me that Boruto has an idea of how to go about handling it, you know, some type of meditation technique or just ways to calm himself, keep himself under control. It's like in a way where those who go through like panic attacks are various mental health issues, like it's just ways to keep yourself calm, relaxed, because at the end of the day you'll get through it. You know, I've had my fair share of troubles in the mental health world, but I've always found ways to kind of counterbalance it, and seeing Boruto kind of do that in a way was really cool to see. So again, Momoshiki appearance could happen, maybe not, I don't know, but that would be something to definitely tease. I've said this in many predictions, so let's see if it pops up this time. Prediction number 3, I'm gonna go with seeing what's gonna end up happening between Ada and our lovely clone bug Momoshi. I think I'm not saying that right. It's Momoshiki. I'm not saying this right. I'm just gonna say bug clone because I don't know how to say that his name accurately. Maybe I'm just dumb today. Hey, it's one of those days. But either way, I see Bug's clone Ada having some conflict. Maybe he slowly approaches the village, sneaks in somehow, or maybe he starts to try to talk to her telepathically. I don't know. I just think an interaction between those two just to kind of tease their upcoming battle, because we know he's on the move. Again, Kashin said, hey, he's on the move, make sure you're aware. Kashin can also make an appearance here in this chapter too, but I'll leave that for my final prediction. But again, with Ada and Bug's clone, I definitely see some type of element of them interacting in this chapter, rather face to face or telepathically, whatever. I just see kind of them kind of preparing for that inevitable fight. Kind of seeing also what Daemon does, because again, Daemon, we know he's about that. He's on demon time. He has an OP ability of reflecting. It's something that we need to definitely be aware of. But again, this fight could go either one or two ways. It could be Daemon cooks Bug's clone, and we don't have nothing else to say about Daemon. We're like, all right, Daemon, you like that? That's good. Or Daemon gets cooked, because again, Bug's clone also has Bug's memory, so I'm gonna assume he knows about Daemon's weaknesses and kind of how to approach it. So that's kind of going to play a factor into their fight. Now, will Daemon still win? Again, we don't know. I think he still wins, but I can also see a world where Daemon gets humbled. This is like a 50-50 fight. I'm going to lean more towards he wins, but would not be surprised if he does not win and gets humbled. So something to keep in mind. My final prediction, again, is a Koji appearance, kind of to talk more about what other kind of visions he saw from his ability, his personification ability. Like, what else did you see, man? Did you see other stuff other than the Ada stuff? Because I'm assuming you definitely did. That roll of film that we saw, all these future events where we saw Enojin, we saw Jorah again. There's more to it than just that. There's gotta be some worst case scenario or a new reality that we're not expecting, especially because Boruto changed the events of what kind of the timeline was dictating. The timeline currently said at the time Boruto was gonna die to Jorah, but giving Kalki the future information helped him survive, and hey, new realities are open and it saved everyone's behind for now. But people still died. Obviously Yodo, I'm pretty sure she's dead, but again, in the birth of that, we got a Sadara awaken her Mangekyo and fully using one of its abilities, and over time she'll get better with how to better handle that now that she's aware of how her powers can use and fold. And then we got Boruto and Kalki teaming up, taking on Jorah. Obviously they didn't win, but at least squared up and survived against them, because that was the goal, survive, because they weren't winning at that time. It looked like they were gonna have a really good time to really maybe win, but knowing themselves, and also they both admitted that they know Jorah's on a different level, so trying to take him on in this fight at this point of time would be irrelevant. So shout out to them for just surviving and get away with 2 souls so that they can go restore Mogi and also Shinki. So shout out to them. That was awesome to see, and a good chapter for chapter 24. Other than that, that's all I got for predictions for today. Like I said, I don't got anything too crazy. I think my only take that was too crazy was probably the Boruto getting cleared of road charges, because I think he's probably going to be lingering with that for a while, because I don't see those, like the elders, from what I remember in Shippuden and OG Naruto, like they just never really did stuff that was to benefit the main protagonist or the group as a whole. It's always something that was like they were playing that political angle, and it was always annoying, because then it's like Naruto steps in and has to do something to finesse, but they don't have Naruto here. They got Shikamaru, and Shikamaru can do so much unless we had some of the older Hokages like Tsunade, Kakashi step in and maybe help in a role. But even them, it's like it's kind of hard, because they're gonna really have to finesse and believe in what Shikamaru was putting down. So it's a very tricky water, but I can definitely see the elders playing a role and messing around with Boruto and company. But hey, let me know what you guys think about all my little takes, good, bad, whatever, like, dislike, whatever you gotta do. I always appreciate your guys' opinions on today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic rest of your weekend, and your favorite miss for signing out. We'll be back here next weekend dropping you an official review of the Boruto chapter. Maybe even drop it during the week, who knows. Take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you guys here next time on your favorite channel on YouTube.